The anime begins by showing a young man named Mo-fun who looks lethargic after taking the Sky Magic Senior High School entrance exam. He looked unsure if he could pass, as the exam was quite difficult. The father didn't seem to mind his test results and had already found another job if he didn't make it into Sky Magic High School. However, Mo-fun told his father, Mo-sing, that he still wanted to attend Sky Magic High School to become the world's greatest mage. Hearing his son's strong desire, Mo-sing promised that he would think of a way for Mo-fun to attend Sky Magic High School. Knowing that his son did not pass the entrance exam, Mo-sing meets a man named Mu-er, his former classmate who happens to be a Sky Magic High School director. Mo-sing begged him to accept his son there. At first, Mu-er refused Mo-sing's request, but because he kept begging, Mu-er finally granted his wish, but on one condition: Mo-sing had to mortgage his house and land to Mu family. With no other choice, Mo-sing finally agreed to the terms. That evening, Mo-sing told his son that he had successfully enrolled Mo-fun into Sky Magic High School. Hearing this, Mo-fun seemed happy and promised his father that he would become a great mage so his family could be happy. When his father talked about his childhood friend, a girl named Mu Ningshui, then Mo-fun remembered his past when he took her away from home. Mo-fun remembered well when Mu Ningshui asked him to take her away from there. To help her, he was accused of trying to kidnap her by Mu family. As a result of his actions, Mo-fun and his family received a stern warning from Mu family which forbade him to approach her. Long story short, Mo-fun attended Sky Magic High School and started his first day at school. He and his classmates must take a test to determine which element of magic they possess. A young man named Mu-bai got the first turn to take the test. As a member of Mu family, he has the element of ice magic, a hereditary talent in his family. Because he came from a fairly well-known family in society, he tended to be arrogant and often looked down on others, especially Mo-fun. When it was Mo-fun's turn to take the test, everyone in his class suddenly ran out of the classroom when they found out that a student in the next class had magical powers with the lightning element, one of the strongest and rarest elements. Because everyone's attention was on the student, they didn't even know that Mo-fun possessed magic power with the two strongest elements at once, namely the lightning and fire elements. He decided to show his fire element to everyone and keep his lightning element a secret. 2 months later, Mo-fun and his classmates were listening to the teacher's explanation of the 7 levels of magic they must master before using and controlling the magic power according to their will. Mu-bai became the only disciple who could reach the 5th level and controlled the ice magic power he had quite well. Meanwhile, Mo-fun, who had just reached the 1st level of his fire magic element, became the subject of ridicule by his friends. However, unbeknownst to his friends, Mo-fun had mastered his lightning element and managed to control it quite well. When he came home from school, Mo-fun saw his younger sister, Sia, being bullied by a group of thugs. He became furious, released the lightning elemental magic power he had mastered and managed to defeat the thugs. Seeing that her brother has such great magical powers even though he's only been practicing for 6 months, Sia asked if Mo-fun joined a criminal organization called the Black Order which can train a person to master magic quickly. He assured his sister that he was not involved with the Black Order. Realizing that he could not carelessly use the lightning element in front of others, he was determined to keep it a secret and improve his ability to master fire elemental magic. The next day, Mo-fun's school had a female teacher named Donghua who mastered the magic power of the fire element. She then showed the students the basic technique of fire elemental magic called Ignite, which Mo-fun was excited to learn. He continued to practice the fire elemental magic power so that he would not rely too much on the lightning element he had mastered first. Ahead of the magic practice exam that will be held soon, the teacher tells him and his classmates that they must get high scores to pass the exam and not be expelled. On the other hand, the students who achieved the highest score and managed to release the magic power and control it were immediately transferred to the elite class, where they would get magic items to increase their power. Meanwhile, Mu-er found out about Mo-fun's progress at school from his nephew, who was none other than Mu-bai, then planned to get him out of school by rigging the practice exam. Long story short, the day of the exam arrived. Mu Ningshui, the best student in the school, seemed to be there with her father, Mr. Mu. After she amazed everyone with her ice elemental magic power, the students were asked to show their magic power individually. When it was Mo-fun's turn, Mu-er then carried out her action by placing a magic black stone that could absorb a person's magic power. So Mo-fun had to do everything in his power so that he wouldn't get a bad score. Even with the black stone absorbing his magic power, Mo-fun got a pretty good score and impressed everyone with the fire elemental magic release technique he had managed to cultivate. Seeing his potential, Mr. Mu seemed very impressed and interested in making him a part of the Mu family. However, Mo-fun rejected the offer, as he still felt hurt by Mu family's treatment of his family. Mr. Mu then challenges him to a fight with his adoptive son, Yu Long, 2 years from now, and then he accepts the challenge. Because Mo Fan managed to enter the elite class, he had the opportunity to borrow the magic items that the school had promised to the elite class students so that they could increase their magic power. That night, when Mo Fan was about to practice using the fire element magic item lent to him, the pendulum on his necklace suddenly reacted and swallowed the magic item. He immediately panicked because he knew that magic items were very expensive. Unexpectedly, Tong Yue saw what happened and told Mo Fan that the necklace was a magic item. Tong Yue then promised him that he would help with the problem regarding magic items and asked him to focus on his training instead. The next day, Mo Fan and his schoolmates will pay a visit to the military base on the front line, whose job is to protect the residents from monster attacks that roam outside the safe zone, where he and his schoolmates will attend monster hunting training. Arriving there, they were greeted by the chief inspector named Zhang Kong, who promised to give magic armor to one of the best students who managed to defeat the monsters that roam the forest around the military base. The students are required to go through the forest and hunt monsters there. Zhang Kong then warned the students to stay away from the cave, which was the hiding place of a very fierce wolf monster. However, some students did not heed his warning and continued to enter the cave because they thought that he only wanted to scare them. On the other hand, Mo Fan and his best friend, a young man named Zhang Xiaohu, noticed something odd at the mouth of the cave, so they warned their schoolmates not to enter cave. Hearing this, Mu Bai and the others mocked the two of them as timid students and continued on their way into the cave. Shortly afterward, Mu Bai and his schoolmates finally met the wolf monster who already knew of their arrival. Then they ran away to save themselves. On the other hand, Zhang Kong and the teachers observed the students from a distance. He told the teachers that the wolf monsters were spirit beasts controlled by one of his men to train students when encountering real monsters. Meanwhile, Mu Bai and his friends are trying to fight the spirit beast, but they weren't strong enough to beat him, so Mo Fan intervened against him. However, the spirit beast seemed to have gone out of control due to Mo Fan's fire elemental magic, thus attacking the disciples indiscriminately. Zhang Kong, who didn't want the students to get hurt, rushed down to stop the spirit beast. On the other hand, Mo Fan became furious when the spirit beast injured Xiaohu, causing him to lie down helplessly. He finally defeated the spirit beast by combining his lightning and fire elemental magic powers. Zhang Kong, who had just arrived there, seemed surprised to see the spirit beast lying lifeless, as well as the teachers and his henchmen who did not expect the spirit beast to be more powerful than any other monster defeated by a new high school student learn magic. Because he had defeated the spirit beast and rescued his schoolmates, Mo Fan was named the best student in monster hunting training and received a medal of appreciation from Zhang Kong. 2 months later, Mo Fan, who wanted to increase his magic power and get money to replace the magic items he had lost, decided to register as a bounty hunter. Thanks to the magical power of the lightning element he mastered, Mo Fan was successfully accepted as one of the city's most famous members of the Monsters Hunters team. Not long after, the Monsters Hunters team got a mission to defeat a monster that suddenly attacked one of the schools in the city. As a new member, Mo Fan was immediately included in the mission and was tasked to comb the canteen area where he finally came face to face with the monster. At first, Mo Fan was overwhelmed by the monster, so the members of the Monsters Hunters team rushed over to help him. Ultimately, he defeated the monster with his lightning elemental magic power. The team captain then gave him a sizable bonus for his good performance on his first day on the job, and since then, he has officially joined the Monsters Hunters team. The next day, Mr. Mu goes to his adoptive son, Yu Wang, to tell him about the duel that he will have against Mo Fan. Mr. Mu informed that the duel was intended to allow him to increase his strength in a place called the Sacred Spring, which is known to have a huge source of spiritual energy. Elsewhere, a student, Zhao Min, comes to Mo Fan and wants to ask him out tonight. Mo Fan then agreed. That night, Zhao Min took Mo Fan to an abandoned factory near her grandmother's house, which is rumored to be a haunted and scary place because of the frequent earthquakes in that place and can be felt by residents who live near the factory. Because her grandmother refused to move from there, Zhao Min then asked Mo Fan to help investigate the factory and find out what was going on there. When they got there, they were very surprised by the appearance of the one-eyed wolf demon who had been hiding in the abandoned factory all this time. Mo Fan immediately told Zhao Min to find help and evacuate the residents to a safer place, while he would try to hold the monster down until help arrived. However, Mo Fan had a hard time dealing with the monster because the one-eyed wolf demon was known to be a very formidable monster and was difficult to defeat even by professional mages. Not long after, a member of the Monster Hunters team, a woman named Chai Tong, arrived there with Yu Wang after receiving an emergency call. They managed to hold off the monster until finally, the other members of the Monsters Hunters team came there. However, the monsters were extremely difficult to defeat, even after they combined forces and attacked them simultaneously. The team captain was injured in the incident, and the rest suggested retreating while Mo Fan restrained the monster with lightning elemental magic power. But then, a man named Mr. Yang arrived and defeated the one-eyed wolf demon with his mid-tier wind and water elemental magic powers. Seeing him as so respected by the monster's hunters team, Mo Fan thinks that Mr. Yang must be a great mage. Mr. Yang then praised Mo Fan as a thunder mage and said he would become the great thunder mage in the future. After that, Mo Fan looked at his shining pendant and wondered if his magic item could evolve to be a powerful weapon because the pendant had eaten the spirit of every demon or monster he defeated. A few days later, Mo Fan went to Sia to give her half his first salary so that she could use the money for her personal needs. Sia then told her brother that she had mastered the healing ability after learning the white magic. He seemed happy that his sister could finally use magic power, despite having a crippled physical condition. One day, Mo Fan was summoned to the principal's room to discuss the duel between him and Yu Wang that was about to be held on a large scale. The principal seems to have known Mr. Mu, who wanted to give Yu Wang a chance to train in the sacred spring, then warned Mo Fan to be careful and prepare for the duel. In the evening, Mo Fan was visited by Mu Ningshui, who asked him to withdraw from the duel because Yu Wang would do anything, including a very cunning action to win the duel. However, Mo Fan firmly said that he would still duel against Yu Wang to restore his family's pride and dignity, which had been trampled on by Mu family a few years ago. Long story short, the day of the battle arrived. Arriving at Mu family residence where the duel was being held, Mo Fan received the ridicule of many because he was just a poor and weak young man. However, he ignored all of that and entered the battle arena valiantly. Yu Wang didn't hesitate to attack Mo Fan with his high-level ice elemental magic. Knowing that he was a fire elemental magic user, Yu Wang wore special fire-resistant armor, so Mo Fan's attacks had no effect on him. Determined to regain his family's pride and dignity, Mo Fan unleashed a lightning elemental magic power which shocked everyone, especially Mu family, who had no idea that he possessed the strongest and rare elemental magic power. Thanks to the magical power of the lightning element, Mo Fan easily defeated Yu Wang and had the opportunity to train in the sacred spring for a whole week. He then asks Mr. Mu, who owes his father an apology for the harsh treatment he did to his father a few years ago. Unexpectedly, Mr. Mu fulfilled his promise to apologize to Mo Sing, showing Mo Fan as the victor of the duel. Afterward, his classmates and the teachers celebrated Mo Fan's victory, who had made the school proud by holding a party at a restaurant. His classmates had no idea that he was born with the two strongest magic elements and had mastered them quite well. Meanwhile, his teachers feel confident that Mo Fan will become the greatest magician in the future with his talents and abilities. Elsewhere, Yu Wang, who turns out to be a member of the criminal organization Black Order, gets punished for failing to enter the sacred spring, which is his mission. The next day, Mo Fan was escorted to the sacred spring by Mr. Mu and Tang Yu, where he was then given some guidance to practice increasing his strength while in that place. On the way there, Mo Fan met the captain of the monster's hunters team, who was doing an investigation regarding the rat monster that attacked his school some time ago. The captain encouraged him to train in earnest before finally he said goodbye and entered the sacred spring. He could feel the immense spiritual energy in that place and didn't waste any time immediately practicing. Meanwhile, a strange-looking heavy rain was pouring down on the city. Anticipating an attack from the monsters who took advantage of the rainy day, Zhang Kong ordered his men to tighten security in the mountainous area by regularly patrolling. In the evening, a patrol team walking through the forest area was attacked by a pack of one-eyed wolf demons who attacked them indiscriminately. The soldiers then contacted headquarters for help and reported their situation. Receiving a report on the attack of a herd of monsters, Zhang Kong then activated an emergency signal signaling the threat of a great disaster. However, the monsters' attacks turned out to have penetrated the center of the city, causing chaos and mass panic throughout the city. Knowing this, Zhang Kong immediately assigned his men to fight against the monsters and protect the townspeople. On the other hand, Mr. Mu and his daughter are seen trying to fight off the monsters' attacks in the center of the city, but they were so overwhelmed by the barrage of monsters attacking the city that they decided to flee from there. Meanwhile, Mo Fan, who was undergoing training in the sacred spring, was surprised by the appearance of a swarm of monsters that managed to infiltrate the facility. He followed directions from a girl named Lin Shuxin, responsible for protecting the sacred spring. Lin then drained the holy water in the sacred spring in anticipation of an attack from the Black Order, which was known to have been targeting the spring for a long time. The Black Order has created a similar spring with the opposite effect to the sacred spring, where the spring can make monsters and spirit beasts more vicious and violent. Lin then led Mo Fan away from the sacred spring through the secret exit. When they finally came out of the place, how surprised they were to see the state of the city that had been ravaged by the attacks of the monsters. Upon learning that, Lin then gave a jar of water from the sacred spring to Mo Fan and asked him to take her to a safe place. Meanwhile, Sia almost falls prey to a herd of bloodthirsty monsters at school. but a man rescued her and hid inside the supermarket with several other people. On the other hand, Xiaohu, who was trying to escape, was suddenly confronted by a wolf monster. He tried to fight the monster but was no match for the beast affected by the Black Order's violent spring. When he was almost killed by the monster, suddenly Mo Fan arrived there just in time to save him. Mo Fan and Xiaohu then went to the school gym, where the students and teachers who had survived the monster attack gathered to think of a plan to escape from there. Mo Fan's homeroom teacher, Mr. Sangshui, gathered the strongest students to help the teachers fight the monsters while the other students tried to save themselves. As one of the strongest students in Sky Magic High School, Mo Fan and Xiaohu were at the forefront, paving the way for their friends to escape to the refugee camp. On the way, Mo Fan and his schoolmates are confronted by a rat monster that can disappear from human sight. Due to their lack of experience dealing with monster attacks, one of their friends had to die, making him very angry and then killed the rat monster. Xiaohu, who was in charge of reconnaissance around the route they were going to take to the refugee camp, told his schoolmates that there were a lot of monsters around, so they couldn't help but have to deal with the monsters. Mo Fan could easily defeat 2 one-eyed wolf demons with the lightning element he had mastered well. Meanwhile, Xiaohu overthrew a one-eyed wolf demon, although he was seriously injured. Seeing his best friend who was seriously injured, Mo Fan then asked his teacher's permission to look for medicines that could be used to cure Xiaohu. Mr. Sangshui then gave permission and asked Mo Fan to be careful since he was going alone. After he left, the students continued their journey to the safe zone, where they were surprised by the appearance of a wolf monster that was much more violent than before. Mubai explained to his schoolmates that the monsters had levels like the mages. If the one-eyed wolf demon was a servant class monster, the monster in front of them was a general class, whose strength was far above that of a servant class monster. Mubai and the others didn't want to risk fighting the monster and chose to hide for a while. On the other hand, one of Zhang Kong's men, a young man named Bai Yang, saves Lin, struggling to face a herd of monsters alone. Knowing that Bai Yang was assigned to save the Sky Magic High School students, Lin decided to face the swarms of monsters in the center of the city as much as possible to avoid the attention of the monsters from the civilians, especially Mo Fan, who was carrying a jar of water from the sacred spring. Elsewhere, Mo Fan finally arrived at a pharmacy and looked for the medicine needed to heal Xiaohu's wounds. While looking for the medicine, he accidentally found a rat monster devouring its prey. Soon after, a general class wolf monster suddenly destroyed the pharmacy and killed the mouse monster. Mo Fan didn't want to risk fighting the wolf monster, then took the medicine he needed and hurried away from there. After successfully escaping from the wolf monster, Mo Fan finally reunited with Xiaohu and his classmates and continued their journey with them. When Mo Fan and his friends almost reached the safe zone, they were blocked by Bai Yang, who asked for the sacred spring that Mo Fan brought. However, Mo Fan refused to give it because he suspected Bai Yang had malicious intent. At the same time, Zhang Kong received a report about an attack on a patrol team in the forest which was apparently carried out by the spirit beast in the form of a wolf. Upon hearing that, he immediately realized that the attack was a trap set by the only person who could control the spirit beast, Bai Yang. Turning back to Mo Fan, he revealed that he had suspected Bai Yang since their first meeting. He had no idea that Bai Yang would dare to use his strength to attack the innocent students. Not wanting the sacred spring to fall into the hands of a bad person like Bai Yang, Mo Fan immediately drank the holy spring, which made Bai Yang very angry. Bai Yang then ordered the spirit beasts and raised the black raised monsters to attack Mo Fan and his schoolmates, killing one of the students. Mo Fan and his schoolmates then didn't just stay silent and used all their strength to avenge their friends who were killed. Ultimately, the students won the battle, and Bai Yang died. Not long after, the military forces led by Mr. Yang arrived, looking very shocked after learning about Bai Yang's betrayal. He then ordered some of his subordinates to find out who was involved in Bai Yang's betrayal while he escorted Mo Fan and his companions to the safe zone. Elsewhere, military forces were seen observing the movements of the winged wolf demon, the commander-class monster who was the leader of the wolf monsters. However, the monster knew of their existence and immediately slaughtered them all in an instant. Elsewhere, Mo Fan, who had arrived at the safe zone, then rushed to Zhang Kong and told him everything that happened. Zhang Kong looked furious when he found out Mo Fan had drunk the sacred spring and urged him to vomit it. However, in the end, Zhang Kong gave in and let it be because now they had much more pressing and dangerous problems. He told Mo Fan that the military warriors had killed many one-eyed wolf demons, but the creatures kept popping up out of nowhere as if they were endless. In addition, they must prioritize the safety of the civilians still trapped in the center of the city during the threat of the winged wolf that continues to lurk from a height. Zhang Kong planned to face the winged wolf head-on and tried his best to defeat the monster, even though their chances of winning were small. Mo Fan then went to the information center to look for the whereabouts of Xin Xia and his father, who had not yet reached the safe zone. He listened to the military officials talk about the appearance of monsters from the tunnels dug by the rat monsters in a school he had visited with the Monsters Hunters team when he first carried out his mission. Meanwhile, in the center of the city, Mo Sing was seen trying to escape from a monster attack. He had almost been killed if Lin had not come in time to save him. However, Lin had to die while trying to protect Mo Sing from the attacks of vicious monsters. Not long after, Mo Sing, saved by the Monsters Hunters team, finally reached the safe zone safely and met his son. Knowing that Xin Xie is still out there, Mo Fan decides to find his sister's whereabouts by joining the Monsters Hunters team on a mission to close the tunnel where the monsters enter the city. Elsewhere, several people trapped inside the supermarket with Xin Xie decided to go to safety through an underground tunnel. However, none of them were willing to help her because they thought her disabled physical condition would only slow them down. Even though she felt sad and disappointed at being left alone, she didn't force them to take her with them. Xin Xie then left the bracelet with a girl and asked her to give the bracelet to Mo Fan if they made it to the safe zone safely. Meanwhile, Mo Fan and the Monsters Hunters team trying to reach the tunnel were blocked by a swarm of ferocious monsters ready to attack them at any moment. With their increased combat power, they could easily defeat the swarms of monsters, especially when done together. On the way to the tunnel, Mo Fan accidentally found the body of a girl wearing Xin Xie's bracelet. Knowing that she worked at the supermarket, he decided to find his sister there and parted ways with the Monsters Hunters team. Arriving there, a herd of monsters was already wandering and looking for prey. Not only that, but Mo Fan met Yuong, who wanted to take revenge for his defeat in the duel some time ago. However, Mo Fan avoided Yuong's attack that awakened the black-raised monsters and focused on finding Xin Xie's whereabouts. While hiding in the surveillance camera room, he saw Xin Xie hiding in a room. With a strong determination to save his sister, Mo Fan was finally able to awaken the fire element's magic power and perfected all the basic magic techniques, so he finally became a mid-level mage. With that power, he could easily defeat the monsters and manage to save his sister. But he was seriously injured in the process, so Xin Xie rushed to help him with her healing power. After that, Mo Fan and Xin Xie went after the Monsters Hunters team to help them. When the Monsters Hunters team tried to close the tunnel where the monsters had sprung out, they were surprised by the appearance of Yuong and his partner, who tried to thwart their plans. However, Yuong and his partner were no match for the Monsters Hunters team, so the two of them could easily be defeated. At the same time, John Kong and all his men were battling the winged wolf and the monsters in the center of the city. Even though he had lost most of his soldiers, John Kong did not give up and put all his strength into dealing with the monster. Meanwhile, Mo Fan and Xin Xie finally arrived at the school when the Monsters Hunters team was overwhelmed by the formidable general-class wolf monster. However, after Mo Fan became the mid-level mage, he could easily defeat the monster. Elsewhere, John Kong was struggling to defeat the winged wolf with his fire elemental magic power, which had reached the highest level and finally managed to defeat the monster. All the townspeople who managed to survive have been evacuated to the safe zone, while the center of the city where they live has now been destroyed by monster attacks. Mo Fan and his family decide to continue their lives by moving to Mingqiu City because the city where they previously lived had been destroyed by a monster attack. He accidentally meets a Mingqiu Magic Academy professor on the train that will take them to Mingqiu City. This prestigious campus is the ideal campus for novice magicians, which is a place where famous magicians gain and improve their knowledge and their magic to the highest level. Mo Fan, who aspires to become the greatest magician, then asked if there was an invitation for people who wanted to study at the Mingqiu Magic Academy. The professor said that Mo Fan should at least have the magic power that really stood out among the thousands of people who applied there. Mo Fan and his family finally arrived at Mingqiu City's residence. Even though his magic power had reached the mid-level, he had not been able to perfect some of his techniques, so he was determined to practice his abilities. Soon after, he received a call from Miss Tong Yue asking him to come to Shishui City. Mo Fan met Tong Yue at a diner. She later revealed that she was actually a member of the Magic Association investigating the drought in Shishui City, where the spring water evaporated instantly. Because her identity was well known in the city, she then asked Mo Fan for help to spy on a man named Zhao He, who was suspected of being the mastermind behind the drought that occurred in Shishui City. He was known as an evil mage who had killed more mages than monsters or demons. Knowing that the mission she gave Mo Fan was very dangerous, Tong Yue promised to give him the Resurrection Stone and teach him about the power of dark elemental magic. Upon hearing that, he agreed and became excited to carry out his mission. While following Zhao He to a village that had been hit by drought 15 days ago, Mo Fan overheard a group of men talking about the fire spirit, which could increase the strength and abilities of a mage many times over. Out of curiosity, he followed them until he finally arrived at a place where a group of men was preparing to fight with the Tong Fong family, known to have fire spirits in the area. On the other hand, Mo Fan saw Zhao He hiding nearby as if waiting for the right time to attack them. In the end, the battle was won by the Tongfang family. After they left, Zhao He came out of hiding and challenged the Tongfang family to fight with him. Unexpectedly, he actually mastered the curse element, so he could easily defeat the Tongfang family. Zhao He looked overjoyed when he found a pure fire spirit, which was extremely rare in that place. However, Tong Yue didn't just let him get the fire spirit. She put up a fight with her fire elemental magic power. Unexpectedly, Zhao He already knew Tong Yue's identity, then mixed drugs in her food while she was having lunch at the hotel, so she had difficulty launching attacks and gave up on his cursed element. Knowing that his teacher was in danger, Mo Fan rushed to save her. At first, Zhao He underestimated him, who was a novice mage. However, being the mid-level mage allowed Mo Fan to use his lightning elemental magic power very well, so he could defeat Zhao He, known as the Slayer of Witches. Since the fire spirit had to be purified as soon as it came out of the ground, Tong Yue then asked Mo Fan to absorb the fire spirit's power before it had a detrimental effect. He didn't expect to get such a pure and rare fire spirit, so he didn't waste the opportunity. Afterward, he escorted Tong Yue back to the hotel and rushed back to Mingqiu City. On the way home, Mo Fan got a message from Miss Tong Yue that she had made a reservation at the Magic Association building for his awakening on his behalf. Mo Fan rushed to the Magic Association building for his third awakening the next day. He was surprisingly able to awaken the magic power of dark and summoning elements. Ahead of the Mingqiu Magic Academy entrance exam, he became more diligent in training to pass the exam. He planned to use his summoning element in the test and kept his dark element magic power a secret. The day of the exam arrived. Arriving at the test site, Mo Fan, who had never used the power of summoning element magic, was then asked to practice for 1 week first so that he mastered the basic techniques, including summoning spells. Because of that, he asked Miss Tong Yue to help teach him. Long story short, after practicing using the summoning element with Miss Tong Yue, Mo Fan felt more confident about taking the Mingqiu University entrance exam. Afterward, he would take the Mingqiu Magic Academy entrance exam and compete with a young man named Luo Song, who was famous for being very arrogant because he was a mid-level mage with the elements of ice and earth. At first, Mo Fan had difficulty performing summoning techniques. However, after being told that he had to build strong chemistry with the spirit beast he was about to summon, he finally managed to summon the pure-blooded spirit wolf perfectly. Seeing Mo Fan, who had impressed the examiners with the spirit wolf he had successfully summoned for the first time, the envious Luo Song challenged the spirit wolf to a fight. Seeing his spirit wolf being hurt by Luo Song, Mo Fan became furious and intended to use his lightning elemental technique. The examiners then tried to stop him while wondering why he bothered to learn summoning elements, even though he was the mid-level thunder mage. If Mo Fan had told him in the first place that he was a thunder mage, he would have been directly accepted into the Mingqiu Magic Academy without having to pass the entrance exam. In the end, Mo Fan and Luo Song successfully passed the exam and officially became students at the Mingqiu Magic Academy. Mo Fan majored in summoning elements, a major that was the most different among the other majors on the campus, as it had the fewest students. Jiang, the homeroom teacher, informs that the best student in the department will get the blood of a beast that can increase someone's strength and ability to summon magic. Mo Fan, who now lives in the campus dormitory, shares a room with 2 young men named Zhao Manyan and Chang Pengu. They tell him about the tournament between students from the summoning element majors and students from other elements majors. The next day, Mo Fan suddenly felt a terrible pain in his head because his spirit wolf was fighting another spirit beast in the spirit realm and was badly injured. He rushed to save his spirit wolf with the spiritual power stored in his necklace. Not long after, the tournament finally started. However, Mo Fan entered the battle arena last compared to his classmates while waiting for his spirit wolf to recover. At first, the students in the summoning element department could take on the other students. However, as students from other majors grew in number, they eventually had to give up. Seeing this, Mo Fan rushed into the battle arena and managed to overthrow many students at once. His classmates told them they had to beat 100 students from other majors if they didn't want their resources to be taken away by the campus. Hearing this, Mo Fan proposed a deal with the principal, in which he would take all the resources in the academy if he managed to defeat 200 students from other majors. Suddenly, the other students became irritated and rushed forward to fight Mo Fan. However, he could defeat them so easily that the number had already reached 199. Not just standing still, a girl named Mu Nujiao entered the battle arena to fight Mo Fan. At first, he was overwhelmed by her attacks because she was quite tough. However, with his dark element, Mo Fan managed to win the battle. After that battle, he was not only known as a quite formidable mage but also as a public enemy that almost all the students at Mingqiu Academy were against. The next day, Mo Fan met the principal in his room, where he chose a magic item in the form of the Blood Beast boots that can increase speed for anyone who wears it. In addition, he received some money as a gift and gave some of the money to his father. After college, Mo Fan went to the Hunter Alliance building where he was about to register as a bounty hunter. However, his application was rejected because he was not yet qualified to become an elite hunter. He was then told to apply at a private hunter agency managed by a master hunter where he could gain experience as a hunter and earn a sizable salary. Without thinking, he rushed to a private hunter agency called King Tian, the best hunting agency in Mingchu City. Arriving there, Mo Fan met a little girl named Ling Ling who thought he was a client. Not long after, a woman came to the agency and met Ling Ling's grandfather, Mr. Bao, who manages King Tian's agency. The woman asked the agency for help investigating her husband who was suspected of becoming a monster and killed many people. However, he refused her request and asked her to leave immediately. When Mo Fan asked Mr. Bao to refuse the woman's request, he told her that her husband had already come for the same reason. Her husband suspected her of being a monster and killing many people. Because the agency had made a contract with her husband, Mr. Bao was forced to refuse her request. Bao then decided to recruit Mo Fan and sent him to investigate the case along with Ling Ling, who turned out to be a master hunter. That night, when they were observing the couple's house, they saw that the woman had turned into a monster. Ling Ling then told Mo Fan to immediately catch the monster before it hurt anyone else. While chasing the monster, he was surprised by the woman's husband who turned into a terrible bloodthirsty monster, just like his wife. Because their mission was to save the child from the married couple, Mo Fan rushed to save the baby and used his magic boots to escape from the monsters about to attack him. With his fire element, Mo Fan managed to take down the male monster, while the female monster had fled somewhere. Ling Ling then told him that the couple had been possessed by a parasitic monster that made them turn into monsters. The next day, Ling Ling met Mo Fan at Mingchu Academy, where she was about to take him to find the whereabouts of the female monster before she spread the monster parasite and infected all the citizens of Mingchu City. Ling Ling told him that she had activated the tracer to discover the monster parasite spread. However, how shocked they were after learning that the spread of a monster parasite had appeared in the Mingchu Academy. Because of that, Mo Fan then asked Ling Ling to warn the Hunter Alliance, the campus, and the students, while he would try to deal with the monster before harming the other students. Ling Ling told him to cut his friend's thumb infected with the monster parasite to prevent them from transforming back into monsters. Mo Fan is trying to defeat the parasitic monsters on his campus. However, because the numbers were increasing, he became overwhelmed. Moreover, he couldn't use his full power because he didn't want to hurt his schoolmates who had turned into monsters. Mo Fan chose to run away and thought of another way to defeat the parasitic monsters. Elsewhere, Manyan, who was making out with his girlfriend, was surprised by the appearance of a monster from the room's ceiling. With his light element, Manyan can easily defeat the monster. Knowing that the monster that attacked him was a female student in his college, he contacted Mo Fan and asked him to come over to his place. Manyan and Mo Fan then help each other to face the monsters with minimal attacks to not hurt the woman who is the host of the monster parasites. Meanwhile, outside the campus building, the Hunters Alliance had arrived there, where they had sealed the campus building with the approval of the campus so that the monster parasites would not spread further. Ling Ling then told Mo Fan to find the whereabouts of the Monster Queen and defeat her to stop the monster parasite from spreading. He refused to do it because he thought it was hazardous. But since the Hunters Alliance couldn't enter the campus building and had no choice, Mo Fan finally agreed to defeat the Monster Queen on the condition that the campus would reward him heavily. Mo Fan and Manyan then made a deal, where he was after the money, and Manyan wanted popularity after they defeated the monsters. Manyan agreed to give the lightning element spirit to Mo Fan if he gave all the credit for his hard work defeating monsters to Manyan. After reaching an agreement, the two of them headed to the gym, where Ling Ling confirmed that the Monster Queen would be there. Since a concert was held inside the gym, the venue was packed with crowds of people who became easy targets for the parasitic monsters. Mo Fan finally managed to find the whereabouts of the Monster Queen who was about to attack the female idol singing on stage. He rushed to help her and fought with the Monster Queen. In the middle of the fight, Mo Fan asks the female idol to help turn off all the lights in the room to make it easier for him to use the dark element. However, the Monster Queen turned out to be a very formidable commander class type monster, thus putting Mo Fan into a deep corner. Knowing this, Ling Ling then asked him to run away from there, but he refused and continued fighting because he wanted to save his friends. By combining his darkness and lightning elements, Mo Fan finally defeated the Monster Queen and obtained the monster's soul. After that incident, he and Manyan became famous. According to their agreement, Manyan gave him the lightning elemental spirit. Manyan took Mo Fan to an auction, where Mo Fan could sell the soul of the Monster Queen for a hefty price. Since he earned quite a bit of money, Mo Fan decided to rent an apartment so he could practice cultivation more freely. However, unexpectedly, the apartment he wanted to rent was in demand by Mu Nu Jiao and her friend, a girl named Tutu, so they decided to rent the apartment and live together. When the winter season came, Mo Fan and Xingxia paid a visit to a place to see the scenery of the frozen lake. She then told about the history of their hometown, where the city had been established since 200 AD, and in the past, the townspeople were the guardians of the underground hot springs under the orders of ancient rulers. However, as time passed, the guards eventually disappeared without a trace, and the city began to fill with people migrating from other places. Mo Fan then assumed that the destruction of his hometown was related to the city's history and the Black Order organization. To find out the truth behind the destruction of their hometown, Ling Ling suggested he go to the ancient capital tomb, which is in a forbidden location called the Land of the Dead. Miss Tang Yu received orders from the chief judge, her superior, to protect Mo Fan because he was feared to be the target of the Black Order, who wanted to take the sacred spring from him. Therefore, Tong Yue then contacted Mo Fan, who was with Xin Si at the time, to ask about his whereabouts in the sacred spring. Mo Fan told her that he had drunk the holy spring and would return home as soon as possible. Tong Yue asks him to remain careful and promises to meet him soon. Since the campus was closed in the winter, Mo Fan became bored at home doing nothing. He finally chose to go to the King Tian agency, hoping there were exciting cases he could work on to fill his spare time and increase his strength. Upon arrival, Mr. Bao told something quite unique, where there was a request from a client to become Mo Fan's bodyguard in exchange for hefty money. Mo Fan, who saw the request, looked very surprised because he had no idea that he would become such an important person who must be protected. He insisted he could protect himself with strength, so he didn't need anyone's escort. But on the other hand, Mo Fan was worried that the Black Order criminal organization was suspected of being the mastermind behind the destruction of his hometown. Because of that, he contacted Ling Ling and asked her to protect his family because they needed protection more. When Mo Fan was alone in the park, he was suddenly attacked by 3 young men who turned out to be Mingqiu Magic Academy students. After being defeated by him, they revealed that they were only carrying orders from Jia Wenqian, one of the Mingqiu Academy students who envied him for living with Nu Jiao. As a result of the assault incident, he became the subject of gossip from his schoolmates and was called to the principal's room to explain everything. After hearing Mo Fan's explanation, the principal decided that Mo Fan was innocent and let him go. Before leaving the room, he expressed his desire to train in the 3 Steps Tower because he wanted to increase his strength to withstand the attacks of the Black Order. Hearing this, the principal promised to arrange a time so Mo Fan could train there as soon as possible. A few days later, the principal took Mo Fan to the 3 Steps Tower, which carried the concept of endless space and has a very large gravitational field. At first, Mo Fan seemed to have a hard time practicing cultivation there. However, he quickly adjusted and managed to increase his strength. One day, the principal asked all the students to come to the campus hall, where they would be briefed on the annual assessment that would be held soon. In this year's assessment, the students were asked to catch the escaped shadow beasts and return them to their original place. The principal promised a prize of the opportunity to practice cultivation at the 3 Steps Tower for whoever got the best score in this year's assessment. Knowing that the shadow beasts like beef, Mo Fan looked for information about some places where beef theft was common. In the evening, Mo Fan got news about the beef theft that had just occurred at a food processing factory. But as it turned out, these were all traps that had been prepared by Yu Wang and the Black Order organization to capture Mo Fan. At the same time, one of his classmates, a young man named Xu Jiaoting, was at the factory with his girlfriend, Lulu, as they were also investigating a beef theft case. However, Jiaoting had no idea they would face off against Black Order criminal organization members. A fierce battle between them was inevitable. Knowing that Jiaoting was a thunder mage, the Black Order decided to capture him. When they were about to kill Lulu, suddenly Mo Fan appeared there and rushed to save her. Mo Fan managed to defeat several members of the Black Order and kill the black-raised monsters. However, he did not manage to save Jiaoting, who had already been taken away from there. The next day, Mo Fan and Nu Jiao were seen discussing their mission for the annual assessment, where she assumed that there would be a battle between students for the shadow beasts to get the best score. Mo Fan and Tutu didn't deny that because the number of the shadow beasts hanging around was certainly not as large as the number of first-year students of the Mingqiu Magic Academy. After that, Mo Fan visited Lulu, who was resting in her room, where she revealed that she and Jiaoting got information about the whereabouts of the shadow beasts in the factory from one of the Mingqiu Magic Academy students. Hearing that, Mo Fan realized they had been framed by the Black Order. He then asked Lulu to rest and not worry about Jiaoting because he would continue searching for Jiaoting's whereabouts. That night, when Lulu was alone, suddenly, she was attacked by the black-raised monsters who infiltrated her room. She tries to save herself by running to the roof of the building, but the monsters kept chasing her. When she was in a state of urgency and had no way out, unexpectedly, one of the black-rised monsters actually protected herself from attacks by other monsters. For some reason, she felt that the monster protecting her was Zhao Ting. Elsewhere, Mo Fan received information from Miss Tong Yue about the Black Order criminal organization that has a special method of turning humans into black-rised monsters, as happened to Zhao Ting. Meanwhile, Zhao Ting, who had turned into a monster, was ordered by Yu Wang to kill Lulu. Unable to disobey his orders, Zhao Ting finally kills her, the girl he loves the most. Not long after, Mo Fan arrived and was shocked to see Lulu, who had died. Zhao Ting then asked Mo Fan to kill him immediately because he couldn't stand the suffering he went through after turning into a monster. With a heavy heart, Mo Fan finally complied with his classmates' wishes and ended Zhao Ting's suffering. After that incident, Mo Fan contacted his best friend, Xiao Hu, to get information about the whereabouts of the shadow beasts. After getting information from Xiao Hu, he contacted all the students and informed them that he had caught the shadow beasts they had been looking for. Mo Fan purposely lied by saying that the shadow beasts had drunk the sacred spring, which he did deliberately to provoke the appearance of the members of the Black Order. As Nu Jiao had predicted, the battle between the students for the shadow beasts finally happened. Because the students put all their strength into getting the shadow beasts, the principal then created the magic barrier to suppress the students' magic power so they wouldn't kill each other. Knowing that a magic barrier could suppress a person's magic power, Yu Wang took the opportunity to immobilize Mo Fan and capture him. Yu Wang then ordered one of the academy's students, a young man named Fu Tianming, to capture Mo Fan and seize the sacred spring. Elsewhere, Mo Fan seemed to be preparing for an attack from the Black Order. Even though he is inside the magic barrier, he can still use the dark elemental magic power and can use it more freely. Meanwhile, the students were surprised by the appearance of the black-raised monsters who suddenly attacked them from all sides. The attack was part of the Black Order's plan to capture Mo Fan and obtain the sacred spring. Not long after, Mo Fan met a male student who was an accomplice of the Black Order and got into a fight with him. However, Mo Fan could easily defeat him with his lightning elemental magic power. Apparently, not only the Black Order was interested in Mo Fan and wanted to kill him. Luo Song and his friend are ambitious to beat him because he has humiliated them. They made a deal with Fu Tianming and his companion to capture him. Upon learning that, Mo Fan chose to avoid fighting with them, as he wanted to focus more on finding the mastermind behind all of this. Mo Fan finally came face to face with the mastermind, who was none other than Yu Wang. He then told Mo Fan that he had joined the Black Order since he was 7. Several years later, Yu Wang finally created his first cursed beast, which was none other than his own father. He reveals that Zhao Ting is his second cursed beast and intends to make Mo Fan his third cursed beast. As a member of the Black Order, Yu Wang turned out to have made rapid progress in magic, so he was able to create the cursed beast that was hard to beat. Mo Fan was even overwhelmed by the cursed beast, which injured him quite badly. On the other hand, Yu Wang finally found out about Mo Fan's lies about the sacred spring. Since the magic barrier was about to disappear, Yu Wang decided to escape from there before his actions were caught by others. Before leaving, he asked Fu Tianming and one other student who was an accomplice of the Black Order to kill Mo Fan. However, he could easily defeat them. After a fierce battle, Mo Fan finally managed to kill the cursed beast with the shadow element he had mastered well. After that incident, he was accused of being a member of the Black Order. But then, a man named Ye Ying, the Magic Association's representative, arrived there and praised Mo Fan's hard work in stopping the Black Order's plan to take control of the sacred spring. Sometime later, Mo Fan and several other students, including Man Yan and Nu Jiao, were selected as exchange students at Yandao Academy. At first, Mo Fan refused to become an exchange student, but after the principal gave him a magical weapon that could ward off curses, he finally agreed to the principal's request to make him an exchange student. Mo Fan and his companions finally arrived at Yandao Academy and were welcome to rest after a long journey. The next day, the Mingqiu Magic Academy students would face off against the students of the Yandao Academy in a magic competition. Even though the fight was not attended by spectators, the results of their fight would be announced by the National Academy Bureau. In the first round, Man Yan and the other 3 students would fight against 4 students from the Yandao Academy. Unaccustomed to working together and only relying on each other's individual abilities, Man Yan and his team finally had to give up losing to the Yandao Academy students. Not long after, Mo Fan arrived and prepared to fight in the next round with Nu Jiao and the other 2 students. When he was about to enter the battle arena, he was surprised by the presence of Mu Ningshui, who turned out to be the best student in Yandao Academy. Mo Fan seemed excited because Mu Ningshui would be his opponent in this round. The Yandao Academy students felt confident they would win the battle because Mu Ningshui had joined them. Without further ado, Mu Ningshui immediately showed her superior to the other students. With the ice elemental magic power that was the hallmark of her family, she could put Mo Fan into a corner. Even she could dodge Mo Fan's mid-level lightning elemental attack technique and countered his attack with spirit-level ice elemental magic power. After going through a fierce battle, Mo Fan could finally surpass Mu Ningshui by expending the pure fire elemental spirit power he got from Shishui City. Because he managed to break her signature technique, Mu Ningshui finally gave in, and Mo Fan was declared the victor. After the match, they were visited by an old man named Song He, the principal of Yandao Academy. He asked them to go to an abandoned city called Jinlin, which had been a den of demons since 15 years ago. They had to collect data and check the city's current state to determine whether Jinlin City was worth rebuilding. After practicing and increasing the level of his spirit beast strength, Mo Fan was ready to carry out the mission. Arriving at the tunnel leading to Jinlin City, Mo Fan and his companions were blocked by a horde of monsters who forced him and Mu Ningshui to advance first to defeat the monsters and open a path. Tired of facing the seemingly endless swarms of monsters, Mo Fan and his companions decided to rest and continue their journey the next day. After that, they headed to the center of the city and intended to enter an abandoned government building, where Mo Fan was on duty to guard outside with one of his friends. However, the building turned out to be a plant monster hideout, attacking Mo Fan's companions. Although the monster was defeated by a giant dragon, in the end, they blamed Mo Fan for the incident, especially after one of their friends was injured. Because of that, he decided to go on the mission alone, even though he had another goal: defeat the monsters and collect their souls. After successfully defeating the monsters' swarms and obtaining the data needed for his mission, Mo Fan returned to his friends who were acting strangely by attacking each other. Mu Ningshui told them that their companions turned strange after drinking water from a lake not far away. After further investigation, Mo Fan and Mu Ningshui finally found the mastermind behind all of this. It was none other than the heart-controlling spider monster, which could control people's feelings and make them kill each other. They then teamed up to subdue the spider monster. Combining their strengths, the two finally defeated the spider monster. Upon returning to camp, Mo Fan and Mu Ningshui were shocked by the news that one of their friends, Ming Chang, had died after fighting his friend Ming Xuan while under the spider monster's control. As the situation got out of control, Mo Fan and his friends decided to return to Yandao Academy. Moreover, they have collected quite a lot of data for research. However, just as they were about to enter the tunnel, a group of guards led by Lu Zhenghe's older brother, Lu Nian, stopped them and intended to arrest Mo Fan because they wanted to subject him to the experiment of the new magic they had created. Several of their friends died in the incident, as Lu Nian and his men attacked indiscriminately. Mo Fan and his companions then teamed up to fight Lu Nian and his men. After successfully restraining their movement, Mo Fan then asked Mu Ningshui and the others to hurry away through the tunnel while he lured Lu Nian and his men to the center of the city. Then Mo Fan was meditating to perfect all the magic elements he had, while ordering his spirit beast to defeat the monsters that wanted to attack him. After gaining control of the monsters, Mo Fan ordered them to attack Lu Nian's men, who managed to find his whereabouts. On the other hand, Lu Nian apparently managed to catch Mu Ningshui and the others and ordered Mo Fan to turn himself in immediately. Not long after, Zhang Kong arrived there to help Mo Fan. However, Lu Nian ordered his men to take Mo Fan's friends to the giant dragon's lair. When Zhang Kong was fighting Lu Nian, Mo Fan rushed to the giant dragon's lair to save his friends. However, the giant dragon was not an easy opponent for him, even though he was a mid-level thunder mage. Because of that, one of Lu Nian's men, who felt guilty for involving the students in a dangerous situation, gave the new magic element they had created to Mo Fan. He then swallowed the new magic element to save his friends and turned into a demon-like figure. With his newfound power, he managed to defeat the giant dragon and swarms of monsters. After saving his friends, Mo Fan went to Lu Nian to take revenge for what he had done to his friends. A fierce battle ensued between them, until in the end, he managed to defeat Lu Nian. But after that fight, he seemed to have difficulty controlling his thoughts because now he had a demon element in him. Not wanting to hurt those closest to him, Mo Fan decided to stay away from all of them. After that incident, everyone seemed to go on with their own lives. Manyan and Nu Jiao seemed to visit Xin Xia to tell what happened to Mo Fan. Even so, Xin Xia felt sure that her brother was fine and would come back to her sooner or later. On the other hand, Mr. Mu felt very guilty for what he had done to Mo Fan because he was the one who had saved his daughter. The scene then switches and shows a regional security officer on patrol finding the corpses of monsters floating in Pingsha Lake. He reported the findings to his superior, Q Sing, where he confirmed that he had found 3 distinct wounds on the corpses of the monsters and could not sense the soul essence of the monsters. Upon hearing that, a female officer named Li Man took the initiative to investigate the matter. Elsewhere, Xiaohu meets Zhang Kong in his room to discuss the same findings, where he thinks that the carcasses of the monsters are related to Mo Fan. However, Zhang Kong told his subordinates not to act rashly in this matter, even though Xiaohu meant well and only wanted to help Mo Fan. Xiaohu was annoyed that Zhang Kong belittled him, so he chose to rush away. Even though Mo Fan was found, Zhang Kong was unsure if they could eliminate the demonic element now residing in Mo Fan's body. Therefore, they had to act very carefully for the safety of everyone, including Mo Fan. Shortly after, Zhang Kong received news that Xiaohu had left his team and had gone somewhere. The following day, Xiaohu arrived at Be Town, the closest town to Pingsha Lake, where he was trying to find information about a shop that sold monster soul essences. A man named Dajin told Xiaohu that he was the one who sold the things he wanted, but he doubted that Xiaohu had enough money to buy the item. He then reassured Dajin that he would buy the soul essence, regardless of the price offered by him. Elsewhere, Li Man and a group of hunters were about to go to Shijiao Valley to find spirit seeds. However, they had to get there quickly before sunset because it would be very dangerous to enter the forest at night. Meanwhile, Xiaohu, who is good at buying soul essence, has been duped by Dajin and his gang. When he asked for his money back, Dajin instead summoned a gang of burly thugs to gang up on him. However, he could easily defeat all of them with his magic power. After knowing Xiaohu's true identity, who is a city guardian, Dajin and his gang finally admit their mistake and tell the place where he can find his soul essence. Elsewhere, Li Man decided to separate from the hunting group because her arrival there was not to look for spirit seeds but to investigate the strange phenomena that occurred in Pingsha Lake. Li Man, who plunged into the lake, felt a strange thing all over her body, and suddenly her legs could not move. Realizing something was wrong, she immediately went to the mainland before all her limbs were paralyzed. However, the swarm of monsters already knew of her whereabouts and surrounded her, about to devour her. Li Man could only surrender to welcome her death, which might soon arrive. But then, before Li Man lost consciousness, she noticed the appearance of a bright light that was very blinding, which was actually from Mo Fan, who was about to save her. After awakening, she realized that she was still alive, and the person who had saved her was Mo Fan. However, Li Man suddenly felt angry because she woke up without wearing her pants. Mo Fan then told her that he had to take off her pants because he had to remove the poison that had spread to her legs, and she forgave him for that. Knowing that in Shijiao Valley, there is a leader of the lizard monsters who are injured, Li Man asks Mo Fan for help to catch the hunter group that is heading to the valley to retrieve the spirit seeds and kill the leader of the lizard monsters. Elsewhere, the hunters investigating something in the valley noticed something odd on the ground they were standing on. How surprised they were after knowing that the ground they had been on was not land but the back of a giant lizard monster. The appearance of the giant lizard monster surprised Xiaohu, who had been observing the hunter group from a distance. However, he had to face another problem because the herd of lizard monsters already knew his whereabouts, so he had no choice but to run away from there. Mo Fan and Li Man, just about to escape their hiding place, saw Xiaohu struggling to avoid the monsters. Mo Fan rushed to save him, and they then missed each other after not seeing each other for a long time. Xiaohu then gave the soul essence he had bought to Mo Fan, but he refused and told Xiaohu to use it for his own benefit. Xiaohu then asked about the demon element in his body. Mo Fan told his best friend that he could control the demon element and suppress the violent effect. However, he said he had to remain vigilant because he could lose control and hurt everyone at any moment. Mo Fan then explained his plan to kill the giant lizard monster to Li Man and Xiaohu, where he planned to make the giant lizard monster fight against the poisonous centipede monster that inhabits the valley. Upon hearing that, Xiaohu then asked how they would escape from being chased by the monsters if they succeeded in carrying out the plan. Mo Fan said that inside the cave, there was a passage directly connected to the valley, so they only needed to destroy the cave walls to escape from there. Mo Fan then asked Li Man to stay in the cave while preparing an evacuation route to escape, while Xiaohu would be tasked with luring the poisonous centipede monster to the giant lizard hideout. The next day, Mo Fan and the others started implementing their plan. After that, Xiaohu managed to lure the poisonous centipede monster out of its hiding place. He looked so frantic as he tried to escape from the poisonous centipede monster until he finally arrived at the hideout of the giant lizard monster where Mo Fan was already waiting for him. When the two giant monsters were fighting, they took the opportunity to rush away from there. Meanwhile, Li Man seemed to have a hard time destroying the cave wall in the cave because it turned out that inside the cave wall, there was an earth element spirit seed, so Mo Fan had no choice but to use the demon element to destroy the cave wall. After that, Mo Fan told Xiaohu to absorb the earth element spirit seed with his strength. Elsewhere, a fierce battle between two giant monsters was finally won by a poisonous centipede monster. Seeing this, Mo Fan then approached the location of the battle to take the soul of the giant lizard monster. Unexpectedly, the poisonous centipede monster noticed his presence and attacked him, but he managed to get rid of the monster. Li Man then revealed herself as the chief of the territory guard, whose mission was to investigate the strange deaths of lizard monsters in the Pingsha Lake area and its surroundings. She then asked Mo Fan about it because he lived around Pingsha Lake for quite a while. However, Mo Fan said he knew nothing about the strange deaths of lizard monsters, but Li Man didn't necessarily believe his words and felt sure he was hiding something. On the other hand, Mo Fan realized that his demonic side was the mastermind behind the strange deaths of the lizard monsters around Pingsha Lake. Because of that, Mo Fan tried to suppress the demon element within him by completely absorbing the giant lizard monster spirit. Although it was very risky because it could threaten his own life, he had to do it anyway, and he finally got what he wanted all along. A few days later, Xiaohu took Mo Fan to see Zhang Kong, who seemed very happy about his return. Xiaohu then told Zhang Kong that he had checked on Mo Fan and guaranteed that the demonic power within Mo Fan had been suppressed to a harmless level. Even so, Zhang Kong advised Mo Fan to be careful of the Black Order, who was still after him to get the sacred spring. On the other hand, because Xiaohu had disobeyed his orders, Zhang Kong punished him by demoting him to a low-level guard and assigning him to the border area. Xiaohu seemed to know the consequences of his actions and accepted them gracefully. He told Mo Fan that the most important thing for him was to find Mo Fan's whereabouts and bring him home. Therefore, he didn't care about anything else. The scene then switches and shows Xia, now a student at the Mingchu Magic Academy, where she meets a young man named Liu Yilan who tries to approach her. On the other hand, some female students looked envious of Xia for having managed to attract the attention of Liu Yilan, one of the famous students at the school who was handsome and came from a prominent family. They blatantly insulted her physical weakness in front of Liu Yilan, but she completely ignored their insults. Not long after, Mo Fan arrived to meet his beloved sister, whom he had not seen for a long time. Feeling humiliated by Mo Fan, the girls who insulted his sister tried to attack him. However, he could easily defeat them. Knowing that Mo Fan was Xia's older brother, Liu Yilan tried to be nice, so Mo Fan could permit him to approach her. However, he told Liu Yilan that his relationship with Xia was more than a sibling relationship, which he deliberately said so that Liu Yilan would no longer bother his sister. Liu Yilan suddenly felt angry because he felt belittled by Mo Fan and tried to attack him. However, he was not a worthy opponent, so Mo Fan could easily take him down with one hit. On the other hand, the students looked surprised that the extremely talented Liu Yilan could be defeated so easily. Mo Fan then took Xia away from there on his spirit beast, which made everyone who saw them feel very amazed. In the evening, Mo Fan took Xia to dinner at a fancy restaurant. With his strength, he got her to dance to romantic music with him. However, while they were dancing, Mo Fan suddenly saw the shadow of a guardian beast from the side of the building, slowly moving towards him and about to attack him. Before the situation became more serious, a hero appeared there, followed by a thick fog that enveloped the guardian beast and, in an instant, made it disappear. After that incident, Mo Fan watched the news broadcast that said the Guardian Beast was the newest beast projection formation developed by the Magic Association. It was reported that there were no casualties in the incident. However, he noticed something was wrong, so he called Miss Tong Yue to look for information regarding the appearance of the Guardian Beast. The next day, Xiaohu, now on duty in the border area, saw several guards training the big Tianying bird who had always helped them carry out their duties on the battlefield. However, there was a Tianying bird, a hybrid species that was so difficult to train that the guards became impatient and tortured the beast. Xiaohu saw this, then felt sorry and asked that the bird be released. But he got into a fight with the guard who trained the Tianying bird, which he won in the end. Not wanting the bird to be tortured by the other guards, Xiaohu then intended to release the bird. Before releasing the chain on the bird's leg, he gave the bird a piece of meat so it wouldn't starve when it returned to the wild. Elsewhere, Mo Fan visited Miss Tong Yue at her house to inquire about the appearance of the guardian beast. However, she instead told about her past living in the border region where her village was surrounded by swarms of monsters. Even so, Tong Yue and the rest of the village felt very safe while living there because they were blessed with immense magical power by their guardian god. Hence, the entire village had magical powers that could protect the village from the attacks of monsters. However, Mo Fan thought that Tong Yue was not an ordinary human because she and the other villagers were forbidden to tell about their village to outsiders. She then confirmed that she was an ordinary human and intended to take him somewhere to explain everything. Miss Tong Yue turned out to take Mo Fan to an island called Huxin, where the island was previously only known as a tourist attraction in the region. Upon arrival, a man named Dusheng forbade Mo Fan to enter because he was an outsider. However, Tong Yue told him that Mo Fan was her student, and she would take full responsibility for his presence on the island. Dusheng then reluctantly gave them access to the sacred temple in the center of the island. When he entered the temple, Mo Fan looked surprised because the guardian beast painting on the temple wall suddenly moved by itself. He finally realized that the guardian beast was not projection magic but a real monster that had been sealed by the Magic Association. Tong Yue then reveals that the guardian beast is a totem guardian beast with no intention of killing humans. instead wanting to coexist and even being the protector. However, because the totem guardian beasts possess such tremendous power, the Magic Association decided to seal them and assign a high-ranking mage to guard them, one of whom was Tong Yue. Tong Yue told the guardian beast that had appeared in the city was undergoing molting, so it became more sensitive. Although the Magic Association couldn't confirm the reason for the guardian beast's appearance there, they estimated that it sensed a great danger threatening the city, so they raised their vigilance throughout the city. Not long after, Mo Fan suddenly felt such intense pain in his head that he almost collapsed. Fortunately, the pain subsided and finally disappeared completely, so Miss Tong Yue didn't have to worry about him. While they were on their way on the boat, Tong Yue told Mo Fan that the totem guardian beasts were sealed in the lake. However, for some reason, the seal had recently weakened, so some of them could escape from there, one of which was the guardian beast Mo Fan saw in the city. Because of that, Tong Yue then asked Mo Fan for help to help her protect the totem guardian beasts, especially when they were changing skin, which was the most vulnerable time they experienced. She was worried that some bad people would want to kill the totem guardian beasts or use them to create chaos that would endanger everyone's safety. Mo Fan then agreed to Tong Yue's request, as long as she was willing to give him a guardian beast skin. Back in the past, when Tong Yue was a child, it turned out that she had been saved by a totem guardian beast, so she felt very responsible for protecting them. Not long after, Tong Yue and Mo Fan received news that a guardian beast had reappeared in the center of the city, killing 2 people. Knowing this, they rushed back to the city to conduct further investigations. Elsewhere, the Tianying bird was saved by Xiao Hu, then returned to the guard post while bringing medicinal plants for him, who was injured. Because of that, he decided to take care of the Tianying bird. After they returned to the city, Miss Tong Yue told Mo Fan that the bodies of the victims who died from the attack of the guardian beast were found in a decomposed state and contained poison or a very deadly infectious disease. However, she still felt sure the guardian beast wasn't the killer. Tong Yue and Mo Fan then attended an emergency meeting held by the higher-ups of the Magic Association to discuss the incident of the attack by the guardian beast. She then introduced Mo Fan to her senior, a man named Heiyu, who turned out to be the hero who saved him and caught the guardian beast some time ago. Mo Fan, who recognized Heiyu as the savior, then thanked him. The Magic Association's board meeting seems to be going tough due to a difference of opinion from the Magic Hall, represented by a man named Jumeng who thinks that a guardian beast is a mastermind behind the incident that killed several people. However, the presiding judge named Tong Zhang disagreed with him because the totem guardian beasts had never attacked humans, let alone killed them. On the other hand, one of the higher-ups of the Magic Association, a man named Luo Mian, even accused Jumeng of deliberately acting out by bringing up differences of opinion because he intended to be the leader of the Magic Hall in the next period. Hearing these accusations, Jumeng was furious and threatened to spread the news about the Magic Association being responsible for the guardian beast's appearance, unsettling the entire town. An irritated Tong Yue could no longer contain her anger and asked Jumeng to show evidence that the guardian beast was the mastermind behind the incident. However, he could not give any evidence and argued that he was merely anticipating an attack and removing danger for everyone's safety instead of conducting an investigation into the incident. After Jumeng and his men left the meeting room, Tong Zhang then discussed with Luo Mian and Tong Yue what actions Jumeng might take against the guardian beast, especially now that the totem guardian beasts were in a vulnerable state. Because of that, Tong Zhang ordered Tong Yue and Mo Fan to move the totem guardian beasts to a safe place. However, Heiyu went against the order because he thought Mo Fan was the outsider. Tong Zhang apparently didn't think so because the presence of a high-level mage other than Tong Yue would make the guardian beasts feel insecure. So Mo Fan was the right person to accompany Tong Yue because he was the mid-level mage. Hearing this, Heiyu couldn't say anything other than obeying the presiding judge's orders. That very night, Mo Fan and Tong Yue returned to the lake leading to Huxin Island. She then showed a totem pearl, a special time and space pearl used to insert totem creatures into it. However, they must immediately remove the guardian beasts before the energy contained in the totem pearl runs out because if that happens, it will only endanger the survival of the guardian beasts. Arriving in the middle of the lake, Tong Yue then summoned a guardian beast to appear. Mo Fan looked so surprised when he saw the guardian beast in person, especially when the snake approached him after Tong Yue introduced him to the guardian beast. Miss Tong Yue then said to the guardian beast that she would move him to Baishan Mountain for a while until the situation in the city was back to being safe and conducive. Shortly afterward, Tong Yue played her instrument, and miraculously, the guardian beast finally entered the totem pearl. On the way to Baishan Mountain, Mo Fan called Xin Xia and told her that he would be away for a few days and asked her to take care of herself. On the other end of the phone, Xin Xia told Mo Fan that she was very busy treating the students at Mingchu Academy who was afflicted with a strange disease and that no cure had yet been found. Even healing magic can't cure this strange disease much. Hearing this, Mo Fan told his sister to be careful. The scene then switches and shows Zhu Meng, who looks very angry because they have lost the guardian beast that Tong Yue moved somewhere. Not long after, Luo Mian arrived. It was finally revealed that he had been spying on the Magic Association and the presiding judge because he had teamed up with Zhu Meng to usurp the presiding judge's power in the Magic Association. Luo Mian then apologized to Zhu Meng because he couldn't share any information about the guardian beast transfer plan, as Tong Zhang kept preventing him from leaving there as if they already knew he was a spy. Luo Mian and Tong Zhang then discussed getting the guardian beast back from Tong Yue. Zhu Meng then suggested they send the low-level mages to confront Tong Yue and Mo Fan, because, at this time, the guardian beast was very sensitive if they were surrounded by high-level mages except for Tong Yue. The next day, Tong Yue and Mo Fan finally arrived at Bai City. Before continuing their journey toward Baishan Mountain, the two decided to rest for a while. However, they were very surprised when they saw the Bai City residents wearing masks. One of the residents of Bai City told Mo Fan that an outbreak of a deadly disease was spreading very quickly. Rumor has it that the presence of a guardian beast was the cause of the outbreak of this deadly disease. That evening, Tong Yue raised her concerns to Mo Fan about the possibility that the guardian beast was the cause of the outbreak of the deadly disease. Even so, she would still try to protect the guardian beast because it had saved her life. Elsewhere, Xiao Hu, who was training the Tianying bird, was surprised by the appearance of a flock of white eagle demons flying over the western fortress area. Without thinking, he rushed to report the incident to his superior, a man named Mingguo, for fear that the herd would enter a densely populated residential area. However, when Captain Mingguo arrived, he saw nothing and accused Xiao Hu of lying to him. An angry Mingguo then warned Xiao Hu that he would punish him next time if he lied again. Meanwhile, in the center of the city, the disease outbreak spread very quickly. Hence, the government took quick action by setting up a quarantine zone to isolate residents affected by the disease from infecting other residents. Zhu Meng then took the opportunity to corner Tong Zhang. However, Tong Zhang remained steadfast in his stance and insisted that the guardian beast was not the cause of the disease outbreak because all along, the guardian beast was a totem that protected the city from harm. Not only that, but Tong Zhang said that he would bring a guardian beast blood sample to make a medicine that could cure the disease. However, Zhu Meng insisted on killing it because he already knew where Tong Yue was. The next day in Bai City, the townspeople looked furious when the Magic Hall troops blocked the main road to and from the city. On the other hand, Mo Fan, who was worried that the existence of a guardian beast would harm the residents of Bai City, then summoned his spirit beast to take them away from there. A man named Pinjing, one of Zhu Meng's henchmen, instead just let them go because he thought that trying to stop Tong Yue and Mo Fan from carrying the guardian beast would only make the residents panic even more. Meanwhile, Mo Fan and Miss Tong Yue finally arrived at a vast grassland where they were suddenly attacked by a mage who had the power to control plants. Mo Fan was about to set the place on fire to withstand the attack, but Tong Yue forbade it because their whereabouts would be known by the mage. Mo Fan and Tong Yue then used the magic power of the shadow element and managed to find the mage's whereabouts and defeat him. Because his spirit beast was injured and exhausted, he sent it back to the spirit realm so that the beast could recover its body. After that, on the way to Baishan Mountain, Mo Fan and Tong Yue were intercepted by 3 high-level mages who were subordinates of Luo Mian. She then asked Mo Fan to fight one of them, a man named Dong Fan, while she would face 2 of Luo Mian's men at once. Mo Fan could easily defeat Dong Fan with his fire elemental spirit power, even though Dong Fan had mastered blue fire elemental magic. On the other hand, Tong Yue seemed overwhelmed by the 2 high-level mages that she was almost pushed over by them. Luckily, Mo Fan arrived just in time to save her. She then let them go and told Mo Fan to hurry to Baishan Mountain before they ran out of time because the spiritual energy inside the totem pearl was running low. The next day, Mo Fan and Tong Yue finally arrived at Baishan Mountain to hide the totem guardian beast in a safe place. After the guardian beast came out of the totem pearl, she invited him to take the guardian beast to a faraway cave. Arriving there, Tong Yue told the guardian beast that she would immediately take him back to his original place when things were safe. She then asked for some blood from the guardian beast so that they could make an antidote for the plague that hit the city. On the other hand, Pingjing then informed Zhu Meng that they could not stop Tong Yue from bringing the guardian beast to Baishan Mountain. Sometime later, Tong Yue and Mo Fan finally arrived at the quarantine center to hand over the guardian beast's blood sample so they could do research and make an antidote. However, Zhu Meng ordered his men to arrest them and imprison them. After that, Heiyu arrived to report that the western fortress had been attacked by a herd of white eagle demons and suggested that Zhu Meng hold an emergency meeting to resolve the matter. Meanwhile, in the western fortress, the soldiers seemed overwhelmed by the attacks of the white eagle demons, especially after the flock of Tianying birds that they had trained so far were reluctant to help them in the fight and instead attacked the soldiers. It happened because the Tianying birds were still closely related to the white eagles, which were eagle demons, and that's why the soldiers were forced to kill them. On the other hand, Xiaohu and his pet Tianying bird were intercepted by a soldier who warned him about the attack from the white eagle demons. They ordered him to kill his pet Tianying bird. However, Xiaohu refused to do so, so they got into a fight, which he eventually won. After that, he told the bird to get out of there because it was not safe for him to stay near the western fortress. Meanwhile, Dr. Liu, who is in charge of dealing with the disease outbreak, informs the higher-ups that he needs more samples from other parts of the guardian beast's body, as his blood samples aren't enough to make the antidote. Hearing that, they had no choice but to bring back the guardian beast currently recovering itself at Baishan Mountain. Zhu Meng then asked Tong Yue to call back the guardian beast because the guardian beast was the only way to stop the plague and heal the sick people. He assures her that he will not kill the guardian beast, as the most important thing right now is to save everyone. Hearing this, Tong Yue then complied with his request. Tong Yue then played a special musical instrument to summon the guardian beast in front of her. At the same time, Mo Fan, who heard the sound of the musical instrument, sneaked out of prison to protect the guardian beast in case anything untoward happened. Sure enough, it turned out that Zhu Meng had lied to Tong Yue and ordered his men to attack the guardian beast. Seeing this, she only could cry and beg them to stop their attacks. Zhu Meng then activated the lightning ring magic formation to make it difficult for the guardian beasts to escape their attacks. On the other hand, the townspeople seemed surprised to see that and supported Zhu Meng's efforts to stop the plague by killing the guardian beast. Even though its strength had been drained a lot due to the magic formation of Zhu Meng and his minions, the guardian beast didn't seem to mind its own predicament and instead approached Tong Yue to calm her down. Not long after, Pin Jing arrived and informed Zhu Meng of the emergency situation in the western fortress that was overwhelmed by the attacks of the white eagle demons. Hearing this, Luo Mian persisted and asked Zhu Meng to kill the guardian beast first. However, Zhu Meng decided to rush to the western fortress to help the soldiers there, let the guardian beast that seemed to be helpless, and reactivate the lightning ring magic formation. Meanwhile, a woman named AniKing, one of Tong Yue's associates at the Magic Association, tells Mo Fan that they must help her by investigating the plague's origin. She thought the plague originated not in Song City but in Bai City. Upon learning that, Mo Fan asked AniKing, who turned out to be Ling Ling's older sister, to ask Ling Ling to come to Bai City and help him investigate the case. The next day, Mo Fan and Ling Ling met somewhere and looked for the blood bank that was suspected to be the root cause of the calamity that occurred in Bai City. They thought so because AniKing found something odd about a certain amount of a dose of the blood being sent to the place. The two then infiltrated the blood bank and found what they sought. However, at the same time, a group of soldiers from the western fortress led by Captain Ming Guo arrived. It forced the officers to hand over some of the blood bags to them because currently, many soldiers were injured in the battle against the White Eagle demons. However, the officer insisted that there was no longer a dose of blood left. Captain Ming Guo, who didn't necessarily believe the officer's words, checked the place, found a dose of blood he wanted, and ordered his men to take it. From their conversation, Mo Fan knew that the person responsible for this was a man named Wang Yi. Mo Fan and Ling Ling rushed to the western fortress to investigate further. Meanwhile, Dr. Liu gets word at the quarantine center that a guardian beast's blood sample did not cause the disease outbreak that hit Song City. Not long after, Luo Mian arrived and tried to attract the support of the Sealing residents by pretending to pay attention to them. The residents asked him to immediately kill the guardian beast, which they thought was the cause of the plague that hit their city. He said he would immediately sort things out and asked them to be a little patient. After that, Wang Yi rushed over to meet Luo Mian and informed him that a dose of blood they had hidden in the blood bank had been forcibly taken by Captain Ming Guo and taken away to the western fortress to treat the wounded soldiers. Hearing this, Luo Mian looked very angry and panicked, fearing their plan would be discovered. On the other hand, Mo Fan and Ling Ling, listening to their conversation about the bug she put on Wang Yi's clothes, finally found that Luo Mian was the mastermind behind the calamity that hit Bai and Song City. However, Mo Fan had to find the monster that had caused the plague to prove that the guardian beast was innocent. Mo Fan assumed that the attacks of the White Eagle demons had something to do with the epidemic that occurred there and thought that they should go to Sealing City because the White Eagle demons were from there. Elsewhere, when the soldiers were cleaning the blood from the site of the battle against the White Eagle demons, one of them suddenly showed symptoms of the plague, causing everyone to panic. However, Mo Fan boldly said that the disease was not contagious. Xiaohu, who arrived there, said the same thing and said that he had experienced the same symptoms after his hand was accidentally bitten by a poisonous rat. He recovered quickly after his pet Tianying bird brought a red grass plant to treat his wound. After that, Xiaohu took Mo Fan to a poisonous rat's nest in the middle of the forest and managed to catch a rat for further research. They then took the rat to Ling Ling, where she finally discovered that the rat was the plague law rat whose blood was exactly the same as the blood sample they found at the blood bank. A few months ago, Luo Mian and Wang Yi used the blood from the rat to take a dose of blood. However, without them knowing, a poison in the rat's blood is quite deadly if not treated immediately. While the appearance of a herd of white eagle demons that attack humans is because they smell the blood of the poisonous rats that are their prey, Ling Ling immediately reported the results of their investigation to her sister so that the Magic Association would act immediately to deal with the matter. AniKing and her superior, Mr. Li, then held an emergency meeting with Zhu Meng and Luo Mian to share the facts they had found and about Luo Mian using poison rat blood as a dose of blood. However, he instead blamed Wang Yi for it. Zhu Meng and the Magic Association then agreed to save the residents first and try to find the antidote. Mo Fan then entered the room and told him that the only medicine that could cure the plague was the red grass plant that grew in Sealing territory, which was the nest of the white eagle demons. Since all the Tianying birds had been killed or joined the flock of the white eagle demons, Xiao Hu volunteered to go to Sealing and pick up the red grass because his pet Tianying bird would not be affected by the flock of the white eagle demons. On the other hand, after learning that the guardian beast was not proven to cause the plague, Zhu Meng decided to release the guardian beast. However, because the guardian beast was almost exhausted from losing a lot of blood when Zhu Meng's men attacked it, Tong Yue felt that the aura of the beast's existence was getting weaker. Mo Fan and Ling Ling then had the idea of giving the guardian beast a dose of blood to restore its strength. Since the guardian beast was immune to any poison, the poison rat's blood would not endanger its life. Because the guardian beast's condition had recovered after being given a dose of blood, Tong Yue no longer felt anxious and went to the western fortress to help the soldiers fight the white eagle demon's attacks. Meanwhile, Xiao Hu, who finally arrived in Sealing, rushed to collect as many red grass plants as possible to treat the residents stricken with the plague. But then, Luo Mian intercepted him, who wanted to snatch the supply bracelet where he kept the grass plant. Luo Mian did that because he wanted to be considered a hero who saved the citizens from the plague. Xiao Hu tried to run away from his pursuit, but he managed to knock Xiao Hu out with a mind control technique and then took the bracelet. Because Xiao Hu was unconscious, the white eagle demon who knew his whereabouts tried to attack him. However, his Tianying bird then used its body to protect him. Meanwhile, the great battle against the white eagle demons is heating up in the western fortress. Tong Yue and the others seemed overwhelmed by the attack as they continued to arrive, pounding the soldiers from all directions. Not long after, the Demon King Silver Eagle, the leader of the White Eagle demons, finally arrived, making the situation even more chaotic. On the other hand, the Tianying bird managed to bring Xiao Hu back safely, but in the process, the bird died from fatal injuries to protect him. Knowing that Luo Mian had robbed the red grass for his own use and had caused his best friend to be injured, Mo Fan became angry and asked the guardian beast for help to avenge Xiao Hu and his Tianying bird. The next day, Luo Mian went to the quarantine center and told the residents that he had found the antidote to cure the disease. But then, Mo Fan arrived with the guardian beast and tried to catch him. Even though he used a high level of shadow elemental magic power, the guardian beast could detect Luo Mian's whereabouts and launch its attack. Long story short, Mo Fan and the guardian beast managed to catch Luo Mian and decided not to kill him because the supply bracelet that held the red grass plant was still in his hands. Shortly afterward, Mo Fan saw a herd of white eagle demons moving towards the quarantine center. He rushed to order the guardian beast to go there to save everyone. By combining his strength with the guardian beast, Mo Fan could easily defeat the herd of monsters and protect everyone. Seeing this, the residents finally believed that the guardian beast was their protector, and the legend about the totem guardian beast was not a figment. Elsewhere, the Demon King Silver Eagle could easily defeat Zhu Meng and the high-level mages with great ease because they were not worthy opponents for him. However, Mo Fan and the guardian beast finally got there, and a fierce battle was inevitable between them and the Demon King Silver Eagle. Song City's residents witnessed the battle and prayed that the guardian beasts would win the battle and protect them. In the end, the battle was won by Mo Fan and the guardian beasts, who then let the Demon King Silver Eagle escape and return to their habitat. Knowing that the guardian beast had been protecting Song City and all its inhabitants, Zhu Meng realized that he had made a big mistake by trying to kill the guardian beast and finally apologized. The townspeople cheered and thanked the guardian beast for saving them. After the residents affected by the disease had been treated and recovered, things began to return to normal where everyone felt safe again and carried out their activities as usual. True to her promise, Miss Tong Yue then gave a guardian beast skin to Mo Fan as a gift and a form of gratitude for him for helping her. After that, he decided to return to Mingchu City and continue his education at the Mingchu Magic Academy to increase his strength to become stronger. The moral that can be learned from this anime is never to underestimate someone from their family background, because everyone's destiny is not determined by their family background or wealth.